We're all looking up for the name Brownie Samukai to surface.
No. You know, service is more important than a job. When I came out of college, I was looking for a job.
Okay.
But I haven't worked for over 40 years.
Wow.
My service time. Time to render service. The accumulation of the experience, education you would have bring it to bear to the country, to the benefit of the other young people that are coming up. So that's what I've been trying to do.
The Presidential Committee on the Yellow Machine, tell us how did it come about? Historicize, what call did you get, a prior notice? How did you greet the conversation with His Excellency? Did it come from the President? Where did it come from? Who initiated this conversation? And how did you accept it? How did you greet it? Because the more we go forward, you
that's a fully loaded question. Yeah. But that's good though. I guess you know about a year or thereabout, there were discussions about the yellow machines, beginning with some visitors who had come from South Africa, and they are offered to a context for the yellow to provide a yellow machine at a cost that people found very prohibitive. So the president decided to review this whole initiative and place it in the hands of the vice president. And the vice president made a trip to China along with other officials and talked directly with the factories that they were concerned about. And I understand the bidding process came in that led to the winner of the bid. So we went back to China to make sure, they went back to China to make sure the specifications of the machines were definitely what Liberia wanted. First, the price dropped from over $80 million to about $22 million. At the same quantity of machine, similar quality.
Similar spec?
Yes, similar spec, similar agreement with spare parts, with training opportunities, and to have experts come on the ground to make sure that they are here when the machines arrive, to make sure for the next several months or thereabouts, there can be spare parts and technocrats on the ground. So that's where they were, and they're placing the order for the machines. I was asked about the financial arrangement. I told them I don't know anything about it. That was not part of my knowledge to know much. So I was asked whether I wanted to oversee this whole project. I listened to the context. I listened and
you were asked by who?
I was asked by the vice president.
Okay.
To see what I would consider this possibility because it was being discussed. And then I think he told the message back that yes, I'll be in the position to provide services to my country through this particular level. And I think I agree with the intent of the president.
Were there preconditions?
No.
Did you ask questions about what am I getting into?
No, I didn't ask questions about what I was getting into. I think the question that I asked was simply to give the machine a fuller support. Because if we have the availability of the machine and we don't have the funding to make the machine to be more efficient and effective, we don't maintain those machines, we're not able to replenish spare parts, it will become a challenge. And I think I got a full commitment of the government to go and do so.
So all of us here, we are new to this. Think about the head of the presidential committee, on Yellow Machine. What is this committee all about? What is this body all about? What are you going to do? What are the do's and the don'ts?
Okay, so a presentation, a couple of meetings took place in which a presentation was made as to how we see achieving the objective of the president, the objective and intent of the Yellow Machines. First, by setting up a board that will be the supervisory arm and create an implementation body. So the board that was created was called the Yellow Machine Board of Authority, which is now chaired by the Minister of State for Presidential Affairs, and include the Minister of Finance, Minister of Public Works, Minister of Internal Affairs, Minister of Defense, GSA, Minister of Agriculture, and I serve as the Secretary to the board. Then you have the Special Presidential Coordinating Committee. That is the implementing arm of the board. That is we, in the yellow jacket you see us. We will implement whatever the decisions are to support, maintain, manage, and sustain the operations in an efficient way of these yellow machines that have been brought. I just want to make a quick distinction here. Yellow machines simply was a concept that came out. And I think the media pick up on that one word, yellow. And so it's been called Yellow Machine. But it could be a white truck, white pickup that you people saw. It doesn't have to be
orange.
Well, no, we don't have orange. That one was part of the well, part of one of those who imported something into the country that came along the ship. And so the committee works. The president appointed me as the executive chairperson and national coordinator for the Special Presidential Project Committee. And then secondly, he appointed 3 deputies, one deputy for technical services, one for operation, and one for administration. Then there's an assistant coordinator, also for policy and general services. And then we have a handful of staff that's, administrative and technical people will be collecting data. The announcement has gone out, providing vacancies for those. Then you have the mechanism through which we quickly met and we organized and made a proposal that was presented to pretty much the same board. And the board discussed and deliberated on what we call immediate expenses. That is before the arrival of the ship. The ship was just about what? About 2 weeks into our appointment when the ship was just about arriving. And so we had to immediately make sure that the delivery order for that, the shipping charges, the charges to charter tractor heads, low bed, and all the kinds of equipment was definitely needed. So the board approved some funding for the next immediate and then 90 days, about 900,000 and change. Okay. And so most of those money went out into the expenditure for that, as well as some of the minimum staff that are being hosted. And so we were able to clear out all of the machines, with the exception of the last batch, which is going to be cleared out today as I speak to you. But 11 different machines will be remaining. Now, when I say machines, it's a combination of air moving equipment, it's a combination of trucks, it's a combination of dump trucks, but we can't be taking all the time to explain the breakdown. So just the machines, yellow machines. So it's not just air moving equipment, but also other machines that support this entire project.
Yeah, because so the total is how many pieces?
The total is 285 pieces plus 20 white pickups.
Is what came in?
Yes, it's what came into the country. No, what came into the country is the 137.
137.
Yeah, including the 20 white pickups.
Okay.
Yeah, so if you say machine and then you say pickup, you say yeah, it's a whole bundle. It's a whole bundle of equipment that we utilized on the road project.
I think the clarification, because somebody called on Friday that, but the government said they were bringing yellow machine. I'm seeing white pickup.
Yeah, they're looking too much at the antics. Just the little things that I can't be spelling every color. The chain is blue. The front part is red. The other one is green. We just take it as a package of equipment that will be utilized to support the road construction work. Because if you put a bulldozer, it can't finish the road. You will need a dump truck to bring that. And you need a front end loader to be able to do that. You need a grader, you need a compactor. Then you need a water truck. Then you need a fuel truck. Then you need a service truck. So all of these different things, we just bundle and call it yellow machines.
Where are they currently?
They are
the 100 plus equipment.
The 137 plus equipment will be temporarily located at Camp Weah Military Facility, which is out there in Kingsburg.
Is there where all of them are currently?
Yes.
And the remainder, when will they arrive?
168 should be arriving before the end of this month or thereabouts.
Okay.
They are on their way right now. They've been shipped and they are on their way right now. We just hope whatever is happening globally will not affect the path at which the ship is going to come.
Now, a lot of us, before we talk about the specifics about dispatch, when timelines, when works will kickstart, I know we play host to
the public works.
The public works minister, and of course, we've seen publications, on the official site of the executive mansion, talking about jobs.
Yes.
For people that apply for jobs.
Yes.
That's one of what Liberians are interested in.
Right.
You care to go through the specifics about jobs?
Yes. All of the machines and trucks and equipment that have been brought will require operators. Okay. So each of the counties, first of all, will have a set. A set of equipment is 19 pieces of equipment. Okay. Will go to each and every one of the counties in our country. However, 4 of those counties will have 2 sets.
Okay. A little more.
Yes, 2 sets because of the size in their land space. That's going to be Bong, Lofa, Nimba, and Grand Bassa. So they'll have 2 sets each of 19, which is 38. The others will have 1 set of 19. So then it will provide them an opportunity to get the work done. Each of those locations will have what they call a hub. That means where the machines are going to be hosted initially. Because most of the time they will be in the field. So initially they're going to be hosted in those hubs and then finally get out to go and do the work that they need to do. So those hubs are, in this full context, it comprise multiple buildings and multiple facilities. But given the time constraint that we have and funding that may be a challenge later on, it's very costly when you're doing the hubs. Very, very, very costly. Yes, it ranges anywhere from 498,000 to about 700
per hub.
Per hub.
Why is it so expensive?
That's the estimate of the experts.
It includes part what?
It includes the buildings. I mean, these are huge, long buildings that are meant to host all of the equipment so that there's no rain coming in, there's no mud going on it, to secure those multi-million-dollar equipment. Then there's a maintenance hub where the machines will be serviced, and there's an office, there's a facility. Then there's a fuel farm, or what you call tank farm, where you're going to have 10,000 gallon capacity on one side, 5,000 gallon capacity on the other side. Then you have a workshop. So it's a whole creation. It's a very big.
I'm sure there'll be residency there too.
Yes, there is residency. One of those, another one doesn't have a residency, and that one is about it's about 400 and change, 400,000 and change. So the Minister of Public Works have done the design of the full complement of the hub, and then the government asked the Minister of Defense engineering capacity of the AFL to see if they can do a design. So their design is about similar to what both have, and they have variation in prices. So with funding available, we can go max or we can go what the AFL have proposed. But for now, in our immediacy, what we're trying to do is to make sure that we have some basic things done. That is in the counties beginning March 1 from yesterday to the 31st. The superintendents of all of the counties through the Minister of Local Government will be asked to identify with the site engineer in the counties, but mainly with the superintendent of the local government, led by the superintendent, to identify those roads, those towns, those villages that will less probably the end of April, somewhere in May. When they are done with it, then we'll make a presentation through the chain, and a decision will be taken by the Yellow Machine Board of Authority. And that will instruct the Special Coordinating Committee to go ahead and execute. Meaning we can now go ahead with the program. So the machines will be here all that time. We'll be going through servicing at Camp Weah. And once all of the machines have arrived in the country, in such a large-scale investment, usually there's a commissioning of the activity. So in this particular case, His Excellency will be asked to kindly commission the movement of these machines. He will inspect the machines, make sure they are correct in all of the different specifications given what are just signed in the contract. And then after that, he will issue an order for us to now go ahead and deploy. There's a deployment plan that is in the works right now. And by the time the deployment plan is ready, the hubs are being built, all the machines are here, it's being commissioned, and then we'll start to move those machines. So the machines between now and October 31st will be distributed throughout the 15 counties and the 19 hubs.
I heard you, Mr. Samukai, mentioned that 2 sets could be given based on county size.
No, they have already been identified. 2 sets for these 4 counties.
But Montserrat is also a big county, and there are other. I mean, roads are not all in Montserrat. Why not Montserrat also?
Well, it is important to notice that as big as Montserrat is, the rest of the county have large more farmland than Montserrat County. So that's the farmland the president. There's the towns and villages the president is talking about. If you look in Montserrat, there are many roads. You can access Montserrat from anywhere you want, even going as far as Tony, if you choose. But in the countryside, by the time you reach a certain point, if the vehicle stops, you can only take a motorbike. Even at that, it's in a very, very tough state. It's just like if you were trying to go to Wahasa in Kolahun district.
Okay.
I mean, you got to walk.
Wow.
Yes, you have to walk a really long distance. There's a lot of places where you go and come back. And then the motorbike that's taking you halfway along the way, it's a long distance, the roads are not good, and there's a lot of agricultural potential over there. There's a lot of agricultural potential.
So that's why I thought that the equipment would be given based on how critical, the roads are.
And the size of the county.
Because the case with Monrovia, the case with Montserrat rather, is bigger in size, but we don't have much of a road issue. I stand to be corrected.
Yeah, absolutely
So
correct.
I would have thought, I would have thought that would have been based on how critical those areas
Montserrat
are.
only have 1 set.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Montserrat has 1 set. Bomi has 1 set, Bapulu has 1 set, Kipman has 1 set.
Okay.
Magibi has pretty much 1 set.
Oh.
Then you go to the larger counties, Lofa, Bong itself, and Nimba County and Grand Bassa. So they have 2 sets each.
Okay.
And that's a lot of equipment if you talk about it. I think the most important thing is to make sure that the right policies we start the right policies in place. For example, the maintenance policy. How frequent, the level of frequency, and the consistency of it to maintain efficient operations. Secondly, to make sure that the spare parts are available from the plant, from the company that will make sure that those are genuine parts to be procured for those equipment so that they don't break down somewhere.
So let's go back to job. I'm not sure we exhausted.
I'm coming to the job issue now.
Yeah.
So with all of these machines, you need 2 operators, for example. Let me just give you one counter for example. So you take one counter, you have some of the earth-moving equipment, the Caterpillar, the excavator, the motor grader. You will need 2 operators to operate those machines and 2 assistants. So that's 4. So if you were to do a multiplier going maximum, you realize that you have about 31 or thereabout full operators and about 32 assistants. And those assistants will be there. So if you add both, you're talking about 63 persons in the county. And if you take the 15 counties or the 19 hubs that are there, you'll be arriving about 1,134. In some instances, the total will be higher, will be 1,342 persons.
Wow.
Yeah, all of this hiring will be done in the counties.
Okay.
So our first instance will be to go to the county and announce the vacancies that are expected. And we hope that applicants will be living in the county so that it goes to benefit the people of the county. We will only look outside of the county if the capacity that we need are not available in the county. Then we'll look outside to see which county has more, those who have been successful, and that county has it full quota, and then those individuals who are willing to go to those counties to live and work may be considered. But the primary beneficiaries will be the beneficiary of the counties who are trained that can meet the standard of qualification. Even those who've been trained before will still have to go through some kind of orientation on these machines that we are using, and that's why we have the experts on the ground.
Because they're new technologies.
That's correct. That's correct.
And I hope, my advice is that I hope that you work with the local media there in making sure that PSAs are done so people can say, oh, Brownie never went and brought people.
No. There's no way you can bring somebody who knows nothing about a machine to, even if you want to help. You can't work on a D8 or a D9 or a front end loader or excavator if he or she is not trained, he or she is not tested, he or she has never had practice for so long a period of time. Number 1, the superintendent and his local government will be extremely instrumental. Members of the legislature, those who are representative in the district, we hope will be part of the discussion in their counties, as well as the superintendent, as well as the senators in those counties, will together with the local administration make the determination through a resolution that these are the roles we want you to put a condition when you people come here. That resolution will be approved by the board, and the board will subsequently instruct the special presidential committee, which it does, to go and give the support that is needed. Then we will make sure that the BOQ presented by the engineer in the county will be complied with. If he says, for example, for this particular road project, we need 2,000 gallons of fuel, X amount of hours, we need a couple of bigger bridges to go on it, we'll make sure it's done. We'll make sure the support is given to the operations that is taking place, and to make sure that those things come there in a timely manner and secure.
I'm also concerned about, there are concerns about what is the role of the MPW?
Oh, that's what I just told you. They will be able to identify a design, to be part of the design arrangement. They have the expertise for that, as a local engineer from the Ministry of Public Works. They will design the machine, the road work that needs to be done. They will cost the road work that needs to be done. And we, upon approval by the board, we the ones to supply it and ensure that that work gets done efficiently. And to ensure that the machine does not deviate to go to anybody's farm. To ensure that the machine is not used for any private purpose, for whatever reason it is. To ensure that there's consistency in the execution of the work that we done. We have a counter coordinator from us, from the special committee, who will make sure that those machines stick to the mission given them. We consider these machines to be mission-oriented machines, mission-oriented equipment. That the intent of the commander-in-chief is what drives the mission. And it's to achieve the mission for which the commander-in-chief wants.
From the look of things, it looks like the latter part of this year or early next year, we should see those equipment or machines in different parts of Liberia.
Yes. As a matter of fact, Between now and the 31st of October, or immediately after the end of that month, these machines should be positioned in the counties. By then, we'll take the machines, one set of 19, and move them to county A, county B, county C, likewise until all of the counties are covered with the machines. And there will be a launching time that has been talked about and being planned. It has not yet been approved. But yes, it will be done in a way that the whole country will be seized that the yellow machines have begun to work.
What is the timeline in recruiting the more than 1,000 persons who are supposed to carry out different works associated with the yellow machines?
The announcement is being worked on right now, and once the announcement is completed, it will be, like you said, using the community-based radios in the different political subdivisions. We then announce it to the public, the following vacancies in the following location and the following person qualification are needed. We are planning to have the offices of the superintendent utilized, where they will drop off the application forms. And once it is, the deadline is completed, we then have the application forms brought to Monrovia, where it will be collated and determined, apportioned in a way that the recruiting team will go up and administer the testing and make a determination therefrom.
I mean, there could be insincerity along the way. I heard you talk about if a Tanisha wants to be a part, he must be residing in the county. I mean, I'm from Grand Crew, I come from Monrovia, I say I'm living in Grand Crew.
You go to Grand Crew to apply.
Okay. So
yes, you can't apply from here for Grand Crew or from here for Nimba or for Montserrat, or for Maryland or Lofa or Bakulu. No, you must be in the county in order to make your application.
Sounds like Liz.
Yeah.
I hope. What about public relations?
Yes. We will begin the public relations as soon as we have some communication. We're working on a communication strategy to get it out. You won't be seeing me, after some time. After the machines are launched, you have the communication expert working along with you. Then the public know what's going on. We're on a maintenance plan. We're doing this. We're doing that. We're going to be deployed at certain times in the location. We're going to be deployed. These are the roads that have been identified by county A, B, and C, and the whole 9 yards about it. And then after which, we will be told, you will be told on a regular basis what the machines are doing and how critical they are to us.
I was concerned about a specific point that you raised. For instance, if I living in Blowing community, or let's just say Snapper Hill, Benson Street, assuming that this was an unpaved area, no asphalt pavement, that runs from the top of the embassy all the way to Benson and the bypass area, and we are all resident. And okay, the machines are here, the equipment are here, our roads are bad. One collect small thing, one buy fuel, one buy,
No.
Can you help us to do that?
No, there's no buying of fuel. We will have all of the capacities at that time in order for a decision to be made to move the machine to be the road. We don't need the public to give us money. We don't need the public to help us. In terms of security of this equipment, yes, we need the help of the public. In terms of ensuring that if the machines are going the wrong way, meaning doing something that you don't expect them to do, we expect you to complain. We expect you to let us know what is happening. But other than that, no. The government would not expect any community to donate money to help in the process.
We want the public to as well have more engagement in the next 15 minutes, right, Anisha? We may not have asked all of the questions. Brownie Samukai is here, the yellow machine man, and of course, we can ask all of our questions. We may not have asked all of the questions. So we want to throw it now to the public to be able to participate. Brownie Samukai is here. You can call in.
Just before the call, there's a question.
Let me just announce the numbers after you and his response, then we can go to the line. 777-40-40-10, 777-40-40-10. If you're overseas and you have specific concerns in relations to what he's talking about, you can call. Do not ask him anything outside of his work. Please, do not call and ask anything outside of his work. Yeah, so we want to emphasize.
But I mean, maybe I will kindly beg to just slip off in one of my questions.
Okay, then we got Amen.
Yeah, because
okay,
this is a rare in the moment that you got to speak to Brownie Samukai, the former Defense Minister. I mean, you may not get a chance anytime soon. So when you in journalism, when you get a chance, you ask all the hard questions.
So next time maybe you will be in the bush. On the phone from.
So the first one is one of my colleagues or a journalist also concerned that the vacancies put out, they did not include qualifications. I mean, for example, say if you want a media person, do you want 1 year experience,
Okay.
2 year? I mean, you know, and then even with the heavy duty drivers, the procurement people, you just put out the vacancies without qualifications. Right?
Well, that's why you have to convince us of your skill set.
Okay.
So you present your skill set.
Okay.
Let us know your skill set, where you're strong. If I'm a Caterpillar driver, for example, I cannot apply in the context of going to become an administrative secretary. Now, if you have a skill set to be a journalist, you tell us. You tell us you have X amount of years of experience, you work here, you work there, you've done these kind of media relations work.
Okay.
Yes, that is the skill set you bring to the table. So tell us what the document is telling us. Tell us about you. So don't go to AI and ask AI to do the application. All right, it doesn't tell us anything about you. So if I
So
say
you don't want to limit people to say one master or one.
No, because it's easier to go to AI and tell AI, look, this is what I'm applying for. Can you help me to give me a qualification?
Okay.
In this particular instance, you tell us about yourself.
Okay.
Tell us who you are. Well, I'm a 1984 graduate of the University of Liberia. I also have a master's in this, I have a master's in that, bachelor's in this, but I also have this wealth of experience. Having worked in ABC and D,
Which is very key.
Yeah, so for us, the skill set is more important than the degree.
Okay.
The degree supports your skill set.
Do you have a head office?
No, not yet. Right now, we are trying to contract a building down around the street, the event right going to the Mama Point Hotel direction. The second building on your right with a small little blue gate. That is where we are presently preparing. Once all of the agreement has been completed with GSA and the client, they will move into the building.
And you will make that formal, you will let us know.
Yes, we'll make a formal eventually.
I'm thinking, why don't you exploit, say, the SKD, the ministerial complex, even the executive mansion for some while you want to rent?
Well, I mean, a building was identified for us. I have done renovated, but it's very small, just 4 offices. So by the time 4 of us sit down, there's no place for any staff to work. Even for you to come in to have a meeting, nothing. So we chose to just for 1 year, lease a place, a facility that is reasonably adequate so that we can prepare ourselves and get ourselves running. Most of the work is going to be done so the office is able to keep track of those machines that are out there and to make sure we support them. So we are pretty much the support element.
I'm not too sure I heard you talk about, standard be correct, the spare parts. Did they call it the spare parts?
Yes, it's coming with a good amount of spare parts that may run us for about 2 years.
Oh.
And then eventually we have to replenish those spare parts. It's coming with some engineers, some from the manufacturer.
Oh.
Yeah, not from the sale, not from sales.
Okay.
From the manufacturer.
They send engineers to train.
They are already in town.
Oh.
They are assembling some of the machines. Some of the machine came directly from the factory, put together, tied up, and brought here. Then we'll have to assemble some of them.
Some of those areas are wetlands, and traveling in the forested areas, you see machines break down, and they have to wait for another equipment to push them from out. Do we have those equipment to pull them out?
Yeah,
so that just install the work.
We don't think we'll break down right now.
We are brand new.
We are brand new, but also we put in place an efficient mechanism for maintenance and servicing and availability of parts. That is why you don't want to have a contractor who doesn't know where to source the parts from, who cannot get the parts on time and doesn't have it available on time in the year. So you want to make sure that you source it in a way to sustain, and you must have a program of maintenance.
So I was speaking in the aspect of
hitching. I'm trying to that's the hitching part.
Okay.
So you got to do these things in order for the machine not to get stuck.
Okay.
Yeah, you have to, but we do have the capacity to pull our machines out.
Oh, okay.
So 2 concerns for me, and then maybe if Kevin is done, then we'll go to the line. So the first one has to do with we hosted Representative Musa Asambelete, your good friend. He trusted your expertise, but he's like, well, this too, all the recruitment, the yellow machine is a whole school, and he trusts how tedious you can be, and he's hoping that he will pay you a visit. I don't know why he has visited you. That's one of his concerns in terms of rolling out the applications. You should have done it sooner than now.
Right.
The other one has to do with, I mean, where does all this leave your ambition? I mean, you've announced you want to be senator. Does that project you in a bigger, position if this whole yellow machine is successful, or you sticking to your senatorial bid?
No, my senatorial bid has nothing to do with the work the government has given me. It's for the Liberian people.
Okay.
It's for anybody else. It doesn't matter what party. The machines don't have a party name. What they have is a counter flag.
Okay.
All of the machines came with the counter flags. That's what the machine is identified as, to do a job. It got nothing to do with my political ambition. Well, if it benefits my ambition, that's fine, but it is not focused on that. The focus is the intent of the president to have the machine utilized in the different counties for the benefit of the people of that county. So that collectively, Liberia will be accessible to all of the towns and villages.
Okay. Then the bill is concerned about how tedious managing these yellow machines.
Yes, it is very tedious because we depend fully on the support of the national legislature. Because without their full support, it will be a very difficult task to carry out. And we're very thankful when the speaker led his colleagues for the launching of the machine out of the Freeport for every Liberian to see. We're very, very pleased that he was able to personally lead his colleagues. And we appreciate that, and we look forward to that kind of cooperation and support down the road when we begin to request for funding to support these machines. Now, the key thing to these kind of efforts is we cannot wait for things to be post-environment. Okay. So we have to anticipate the nature of work that needs to be done in advance of the machine going to do its work. The machine cannot get there and wait for us to process the people for 3 weeks, 4 weeks, 5 weeks. So that is the reason why all of this strategy is being made, so that things are provided to in lead time for us to be prepared for the work. So definitely, we will not sit there and let bureaucracy, and that is why we're working very, very, very hard to make sure that we can anticipate the nature of work, we can anticipate how many hours of work, and while we're waiting for the engineer to make the final determination, we're using a skill to determine how many hours, how many fuel will be needed, when there'll be replenishment. We anticipate that to provide a budget for that to happen, so that when it comes out, like Kevin said, what if the tire get flat? Well, we have already anticipated that when the tire gets flat, this is what we're going to do. This is what it's going to cost, and this is what we need to do, and the money is available.
His name is Brownie Samukai. He's the head of the presidential yellow machine. Our names are Danicius Mate, and I'm Kelvin Demi. I'd like to recognize our colleagues streaming live this program right here on Prime FM 105.5, DN News Liberia, Closing Argument, Vision TV, Teria Online, Marco Right, Teria Online Television, Smile TV Liberia, Report 231, Focus Online News, and Front Page Africa. The one streaming live this program. We are stretching towards 10:30. We want to recognize all of the affiliate stations that are carrying this program live. We'll find some time in between to read out your comments. But let's go to the lines and hear from our callers. Not more than a minute, please. Mr. Samukai is going to write down those concerns, your name, where you call from, and just be straight to the point. 777-4040-10. 777-404010. Let's hear from our first caller on the line. Good morning. Prime FM, your name and where you call from?
Unknown caller.
Okay, let's hear from this caller. Good morning. Yes.
Can you tune the radio down?
Can you tune the radio down, sir?
Yeah, I'm done already.
Go ahead.
So this is Mr. Jacob Steele calling from Onboard Taxi.
Go ahead, my brother.
So I want to thank Honorable Samukai for his splendid explanation on the functions of their work and something to do with the congratulations for preparedness.
Thank you,
But
Jacob.
I want to get some clarity on the issue of national concern. We know that the Minister of Public Works was created by the Act of Legislature for the purpose of maintaining roads, building roads, and also using equipment that will be brought in by the government. Having known that, we see that the equipment have been brought in, and then we get a committee then set up. So I want to know the relations between this committee set up and that of the public works scheme, relation to the usage of them and the maintenance and building of roads in that area.
Okay, thank you. Let's hear from the next caller on the line.
From overseas.
Yeah,
Good morning.
777-4040-10 is both local and on WhatsApp. Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
My name is Frank Gibson, and I call from Paris.
Hey, Fred, go ahead, my brother.
Thank you very much. You know, the minister in studio, I think he's trying to play the laser games. You know, in the village, the people say when you get a laser tongue, that means you don't say one thing at a time. Every time you change your story. The same minister was on another platform last night. He said each county was going to carry 15 yellow machines. Now, the United Party government told the Liberian people they were bringing 285 earth-moving machines. And earth-moving machine does not include paper trucks. It does not include trucks that will be taking people around. Earth-moving machine is 100% completed earth-moving machine. First of all, that's a lie. The United Party told the Liberian people each county was going to get 19 earth-moving machines. This minister on the show last night said 15, each county will get 15 earth-moving machines.
15 or 50?
15 or 50.
15.
Okay.
15.
Okay.
15 earth-moving machine.
Okay.
This minister is not truthful to the Liberian people.
Okay, he will
Now,
respond to
the
that.
minister said this will be done in a few months. The minister confirmed that the entire 2026 we will not see those machines moving because they will not work during the rainy season. So you anticipate for the work to start at the end of October.
And which he just said.
Which he just said.
2027.
Which he said.
And he said the fact is
Which he just said, I think that.
He said 2026 October. That's when they
Yeah.
anticipate that work will actually start in earnest.
Okay, let's take. Let's take.
Let me.
before I conclude,
Yeah, quickly.
Before I conclude, this minister will also ask whether he doing a pro bono job. He said no. He's getting a pay as a minister. That means anything between 4 to 5 that he confirmed that also. So my question here is that this minister is trying to roll up because he will possibly ask the same question that you asked. He's trying to promote his Innocent County to try to run. They are trying to send more double machine in Pibon, Lofa, Nima, and Grand Bishop because they want to contain the CMC. They are in the
Let's just address the first question. Yeah, Fred, you got to hurry up now.
Yeah, and last I want to take this time to condemn the terrorist attack by the United States.
No. That one is not part of yellow machine thing. Yeah, it's not part of yellow machine. 777-40-40-10 or both local and WhatsApp. Let's hear from this caller. Good morning.
No, I think it's important that
You want to respond to
it.
Yeah, let's just do 5.
Let's do 5. Yeah, good
Morning.
morning.
Now, let's just do 5
good
minutes.
morning.
Yes, sir.
And your guys.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm Prince Tamayuma. I'm calling from Tendel.
Go ahead, my brother.
Yeah, I have no reservation in the performance of the minister. I know what he can do. And my recommendation is this. Please, those that will be employed, please include the environmentalists. Because most of the time, people get into the forest and then destroy the forest, destroy some of the strands. Those places that should be protected, there are places that are, traditionally, that are not supposed to be destroyed. So please, if you have the environmentalists on board, it will actually help to protect our environment.
It looks like you are an environmentalist.
You want.
You environmentalist, so you want it. But thank you for your concern. Let's pick this one. Good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, your name and where you calling from?
Yeah, my own is Water Elsbando, one is from Lima, Pacific District number 8.
Okay, let's hear you. Water Bado.
The minister and to the president of the government for the level of work. We are very young. We have a lot of steel roads that are not very open. So we know the minister know very well that Lima County has a lot of challenges when it comes to the road. He said no one, all of our wind go very model. He saw the condition of the road in district number 5 and district number 4. So he's a man that I'm monitoring on last day. He performed very well. I think Frank Gizin needs to just take the political cap on our head and fit the reality on the ground. The minister provided the question posed to the minister said the question was of the 15 countries. When they provided clarity that all of the 15 countries were asking for all countries will receive the number of machines that will receive.
Thank you.
The 4 countries to receive the number.
Okay, you will respond.
Thank you.
Respond to that. Let's take the last of the first batch. Yeah.
Good morning. Good morning.
Yeah, we don't have the luxury of
Good
time.
morning.
Yes, Kevin.
Yes.
Yes, this is Captain Ender.
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm calling from my brother this morning. The reason for monitoring the minister.
Yeah.
Questions quickly. One, the recruitment of operators. Will it come from the bureaucracies?
He said that.
He
said that.
You are not listening.
That's
only the second concern.
So the second question quickly.
Yeah.
Like the minister, we all know during the past regime, he was accused based on executive order, and the executive now backed him and he was guilty. Will he also usurp to not act on executive order and do the real and direct vote yes? Or some of that is and credible individual and act on executive order?
Thank you.
All right, Mr. Samukai.
Thank you.
Sorry, the people we're so used to calling Minister Samukai.
Well, I take it anyway. Yes, thank all of those who asked the question, but I'd like to address Frank Gibson in the first place. Last night, I was on Spawn, and while speaking about the 15 counts, I said 15 machines. Immediately, I recognized what I said, and I apologized and corrected it. I said 15 counters, yes. Okay. I said 15 counters, 19 machines. Okay. And that was clear. And even Spoon capped it up at the end and explained what I meant, and they had to document themselves. So I'd just like to make that clarification. I can understand where he's coming from. They don't trust the efforts of the government. I can understand that. I told him that's his opinion. They have the right to their opinion. They're coming from a political party base. I respect that as well. But I told them I was not on the show to talk politics and the policy of political parties. I was given a national task, so allow me to do it on the national level, regardless of what my political orientation is. So, the role of public works in the committee is very simple. It's a coordination body. Oh, yeah.
Frank also talk about that is pro bono, you'll be paid.
Oh, yes, I have to be paid. In public service, you need to pay me for myself.
I know,
so
right?
they asked me that, and I said, yes, I will be paid. And they said, how much you going to be paid? I said, like a captain, at a captain level. You want me to lie? I told you the truth.
Okay. I want to be paid when I'm in that position.
And when we were leaving the port at 2 o'clock the other morning, he was not there. He was sleeping. Maybe I have to speak to you now. The guys, and they are at the port right now. The team is at the port, trying to ship the last 11 shipment of containers. Of equipment that have arrived. Yes, you speak, you misspeak, you correct yourself, and make sure you move on. But it's still stuck what we call, stone capsule. Stone capsule? You put something in the bottle, you seal it with a message. 50 years later, somebody find it. So it's stuck in their mind. They can't move out of it, they don't get out of it. The Liberian people want their roads to be fixed. They want to make sure their machines don't break down. They want to make sure that jobs are created. They want to make sure there's disposable income for them. For example, one of the posts we're looking for is a young media person. Somebody will be sitting in this position and be talking to a media colleague. Somebody will go out and collect information and bring it to the public. I can't do all of the work, but now I'm doing it to set the pace, and then later on, it definitely will be. Yes, environmentalists, it is something, all these things require budget. So we have to get some funding in order for that to happen. And yes, when that funding is made available, we'll definitely look into that kind of consideration. Recruiting of qualified people, yes. What we're going to do is that first preference will be given to the counties. Our people looking for jobs, they don't want to go home. So now we're giving an opportunity to do two things. To go home and be able to sustain yourself and your family, to be able to work. So we'll be able to do,
Okay. Let's take this. I got somebody on the line. 777-40-40-10. Journalist Otavin Williams. Good morning.
Good morning, Agent Mate and my friend and brother Kevin, including the minister in studio.
Oh, Kevin, how you doing?
I'm okay. Mate, look, the problem of us as Liberians is we politicize everything. The first thing we should do is to tell the union, I'm not partisan in any government, and everybody, including the minister in studio. We have to shake it terms, we have to friendly time on professional issues. But anyway, if somebody brought a machine, tell them thank you. That's the first issue. If there are issues to say, the machine when you brought, how can we use it? How can we put the mechanism in place? That's another thing. You ask every Liberians, including the opposition, or the imposition. Nobody has said bringing the machine is wrong. They are going to lay emphasis on method of mechanism. And that is why the Minister Institute is providing all of the clarities that we need. So, we have to take one step.
Okay.
One step. Just take you on the one step.
Thank you.
So finally, before I leave the studio, before I leave your line, let us prioritize Liberianization. Liberianization. The company that will have the contract for maintenance and repair, it will be a Liberian company. Those that will get on those who are the excavator or the D10, the D9, they must be Liberians. We have terrible Liberian, one of the opposition, one of the imposition, one of the unity partisans.
Or the CDC or all.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Liberianization.
Thank you.
Okay,
let's speak this one.
Caller number 2.
Good morning.
Yes,
Yes, your name, where you calling from?
Yeah, good morning to you. Good morning to Kelvin in the Minister Institute.
Good morning.
And I like
Henry Grace.
Brownie Samukai bonus when he said the work he was doing, we need pay. It is good. And yeah, you need to pull for his tail as well. And the thing is, government international, one of the meetings that showing those people within the opposition is that because they were not allowed to the people to come and say, we'll be rules again. No. Those lawmakers that are broadcast, they were not allowed to that constituent. And they don't have rules, rules. No.
Okay.
My only question to Mr. Samukai is, will office work in line with the Minister of Public Works?
Okay.
They are working as an individual.
I mean, the mentor that ever says you ask that question.
Okay, thank you.
Let's take caller number 3. Right there. Caller number 3 on the WhatsApp line.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, your name, where you calling from?
Yeah, good morning. I'm Senator calling from Capitol Hill.
Let's hear you,
Good
Zina.
morning to Kelvin, Temi, and Danisha. And also good morning to my former Minister of Defense, Brownie Samukai.
Yeah, thank you.
I'd like to say a big congratulations to you for the president fast-sightedness in making you to preserve machine. I would like to short in my way. There are Liberians who are now planning concerning the tender for application. I'm kindly appealing to you to please reconsider, because a lot of them are encountered over the weekend complaining that that site wasn't opening. I think it's serious, Liberia are desperate, they are eager and want to apply for a job. On the other hand, Minister Samukai, please do not forget the engineering battalion of the armed forces of Liberia. You said a former defense minister, you know that expertise, you know that capability. And to Kelly, thank God for the Frank Gibson came on your line. Please allow Frank Gibson to come and clarify.
My man, that one is your personal issue. Don't give me hard time. Now your personal issue, call him off. Yeah. Let's take, that one is your personal issue. You and your man friend.
Good morning.
His name is
Yes, your name, where you calling from?
My name is Tony. I'm popularly known as Irresistible Tony Jr. And I speak from Monrovia. I like to say hi to Kelly. And I like to say a very big thank you to my senior brother and my dad. He has my unwavering support.
Please, you have to get down.
We got your expertise, and we believe that you are the best man suited for the job. I want to have a line of questioning, and I'd like to, your ability is unquestionable, is undoubtful. My first question I have, the layout is that, was there any of the machine that break down when you came on doing parading and they removing the machine from the port? Was there any breakdown? There were other news tonight carrying that machine will break down immediately upon the arrival while trying to go to the site. My second question is that what's going to happen with those machinery in the private sectors? There are guys who survive in the private sectors and they have their machine whether for contract or for sale. How are they going to adjust themselves for the private sector? And then my last question has to do with deployment. Was this machine, was it deployed by the company? Was it funded to come to Liberia? Did we hire? Was it ship charter? Because we heard news that there was a charter ship to bring the machine to Monrovia. Or were we paid for on the cost by the company?
Okay, thank you.
No, they put it be so now.
Irresistible. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, boy.
Let's
What
hear
do
from
you?
this. Let's take how many you?
1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay. Good morning. Good morning. Yeah. Yeah. Good morning. Go ahead.
Okay, so my name is David Manuel and I'm calling from Liberia.
Go ahead, my brother.
I want to say thank you so much for bringing my uncle in studio. Something that I want to say is thank you. We are looking up to you. Manage this equipment.
Thank you.
Yeah. Go.
It's his network.
Hello?
It's a WhatsApp.
Yes,
call.
yes, a WhatsApp call. So, okay,
I
anyway.
think it's his network.
Yeah, hello, Jonathan. No, okay.
Okay, I think it's called to say. Let me just take this one. Then we'll take, after this one, we'll take, he will respond. Then we'll take the final batch. Good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, go ahead.
My name is Mark Russell
Mark Russell calling from where?
from GSA Road.
Go ahead, Mark.
Look, let me take my hat off for Brownie Samukai in the studio. That man, look, he's a very decent man. The man understands the workings of government. That is one of the best questions the Honorable the President has brought into the government. And I trust his ability to manage the yellow mission operations in this country.
Have you worked with Brownie before?
Yes, yes.
That's man training. That man, I worked with him, he trained me. I was the man most powerful transport director at the Ministry of National Defense. You can ask him.
Okay.
That man taught me a lot of things about transportation. And I honor him at this hour of this time.
Yeah,
Okay, thank you. Let's go
Thank you
to.
for your
I will stand back to work for you as long.
Oh, and the reason why you put
But nothing wrong with it.
for you don't have to say that, the way when we see your name there, then our favorite.
For me, nothing wrong with it. Nothing wrong with
If
it.
you tell you what I think, say well, the man you want to
Thank
take.
you, Mike.
So,
That man never call me.
oh, well, let's hear from Mr. Samukai, and then we'll take the final batch of 5. Mr. Samukai, you have 5 concerns.
Yes, yeah, thank you very much. I think all of the concerns,
Commendations.
yes, I mean, they were legitimate, and I appreciate the commendation and what have you. But let me tackle the issue of application process on the law. If there's any space left in between, then you put the space together so that all are just one.
So people have to apply online?
Yes.
Is that intended
Yeah, but
to
you gotta
test
wait now. You gotta wait.
computer literacy? Is that the intent to test computer literacy?
Yeah, if you want to work in the office, you must be computer literate. At least you have some knowledge on how to, go into the computer. You don't have to be a programmer. You don't have to know how to type your name, how to follow instructions.
This does not affect heavy duty.
No, we have not come to that yet.
Oh, okay.
The heavy duty technicians will be given the privilege to apply based on a skill set through the counties.
Okay. Okay, the other ones are commendation. Your son commended you. So let's take the final
So
5.
couldn't have some valid concern. You took that.
Yeah.
Those things
The
you
day the machine breakdown, one of the 31 tons. Multiply 31 by 2,000 and you see how heavy the machine is. The 31 ton equipment was put on a flatbed that we rented.
Okay.
The tractor head, there's the tractor head and there's the flatbed. Yeah, the connection. It couldn't fit.
Wow.
No, so it disjointed. The machine was too heavy, so it came out. And we just got another one and put it on it. So we have our own tractor head when the machine finally gets here.
Oh.
We'll not be renting for anybody.
Okay.
Lofa will have their own bunk, we have their own, Nima will have their own, everybody will have their own tractor head. And you'll be able to move the machines on your own new tractor head, not used. So none of the machines have been broken, none of them broke down in routes, but the Liberian machine that we hired from here, one of them was not strong enough.
Okay.
Yeah, that was all it happened at the port. Inside the port of Monrovia here.
So let's take the final 5 and then we call it a day.
Yeah.
Good morning.
Good morning. This is an overseas caller. Good morning.
Good morning. Thank you, Kevin and Danishus. My name is Kevin Curry, calling from Charlotte, North Carolina.
Okay.
I want to thank Minister Samukai for his good work. But I heard him say that they are kind of people should arrange for spare parts. Why did they make that negotiation as part of the deal with the supplier? Because I'm thinking if you want to look somewhere else for spare parts,
No,
Okay, so just hold the line there,
no,
because
that's
someone
what I
can say
said.
you misunderstood
You
it.
said, yes, so that will be on the line.
Canada, we ordered for 2 years of spare parts, and they are coming along with these equipment. Yeah.
You said it has been ordered for
Yeah,
2
they're coming
years.
along.
They
They're coming along with the equipment.
All right, well, you guys want to still, I mean, even though you got 2 years replacement spare parts, but in the future, if anything should happen, still going to supply spare parts.
Right, we're going to replenish it through a contract. So we're going to contract somebody for maintenance that will have the capacity to make the original parts available, and then they give us the service, then an invoice, and we'll pay upon that invoice. To avoid any kind of...
Is there any play in the future to sell Liberians, when they negotiate with a company, to be able to sell Liberians there for training, to be able to maintain the machines?
They're sending their experts locally. So they will be coming here locally. That will help us to increase the number of persons to be trained over the next 2 years.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, let's take 4 more, and then we call it a day.
Yeah.
Let's hear from this
Thanks,
corner
Kennedy.
right here. Good morning. Good morning.
Hello?
Yes, you're live. 3 more after you. Quickly, please.
Yeah, good morning, Kevin. Good morning to your folks.
Thank you.
Good morning to Minister Brownie Samukai. I am party command. They are called for all the canopy of the Unity Party for Metro Bill. But we applaud the Saturday Act of President Brasa. You know, the wisdom and experience in their class, you know, to equip a lot of consummate public servants as the manager for our yellow machine. For some of us who are bent around the corridor, or anything that's wrong, we are new Brownie Samukai to be somebody who have who leadership ability. We know how it has to reform our army. That today our army is one of the most civilized army in West Africa. So it is not a surprise to see the appointed help and know to put all of the things working to place to ensure that the machine being used for state internal purpose.
Okay.
And on the issue of the application, I also want to join the figure for who call for me to extend the time because the figuring in my people is very, very high.
Okay, thank you, Fasu.
Thank you, Fasu.
Thank you. Let's speak this one.
Let's hear from that caller.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, your name and where you calling from?
Good morning.
Yes, your name and where you calling from?
The name is Seven Gano. I call from the GLB and GBA Brain for Better Life Foundation in the community, alongside the UK Intellectual Bureau.
Yeah, go ahead.
So Kevin, let me commend Minister Samukai for his appointment and acceptance to the president's signature, project. Minister Samukai, my concern, I just feel they are being passed record. I knew Foreign Works location in Nima back then in the 80s. They had a hub there, and then fuel used to be getting missing. So I would recommend that, like in the digital term, everything will be dispersed. It should be tracked by a GPS system, and maintenance team should be majority should be female oriented people. Yeah, our bills never are very dangerous.
Oh, okay, thank you. Let's take this one, then we'll take the last one after. Good morning.
Good morning, Kevin. Good morning to the honorable minister studio.
Go ahead, after you will take the last call.
Thank you. My name is Josiah Smokoni from Promoter Peace Island, the Senator 10, members of the Unity Party Intellectual Bureau.
Okay.
Let me say, thank you, honorable minister. You know, like you rightly said, you gotta say, when you have a woman, and you feel less than that woman, and another man gets that woman from you, and she is productive, and I'm here trying to bring that one out and producing. For your own woman, you say, because my own less than that, I'm going to go back to what you said, what I want to say, that's what I know. I look back to our brothers from the opposition, but we are all adherents. Keep focus. That's what you're getting. No, all minister, they're students for all of us. And let me just think to the president of the government. We are going to leave our countries with no high tech for those issues. But my question is, other ministers will have senators, citizens, and other people who are asking my country, you report to pray. Well, nothing more less. And we check out my father, citizens are taking account of my father. But they don't do it all. What are these things you report to pray that will be very, very key? That if the country is making a decision, now we're going to change things that the
A very good question. Very good question. Let's take the last one.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Yeah, your name, where you calling from?
My name is S. Joseph Fan. I am from Tony.
Okay.
Let me say thank you to the governor of Liberia for this effort. And congratulations to the minister again for his preferment.
Okay.
We are hopeful that this thing will bring some relief to our people. You know, like one caller asked earlier, I was in a corner not too long ago, and Liberian people wishing some of the machines to break down. The machine will soon break down. The machines will soon be trashed.
Wow.
And I was really disappointed. I thought we were supposed to be praying for those machines to do us good, to do our roads. And our minister, I don't know why people give Maserati one and give other countries two.
He explained that. He
explained
the reason.
The explanation for me does not hold because Maserati, the roads are dilapidated and roads in Lofa and Bomb. Go right here, walk up, take the road from that white place. You'll be thinking that you're in Grand Crew. Go and see the roads. It said only Moravia is not Maserati County.
Okay.
I pray that you people will read things. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Okay, my brother, thank you. We're not taking any more calls. We call it a day.
Yeah, thank you. I
Minister,
think there's a very important question from Fasu regarding again application form. Okay, in the public manner, we will extend the applications until the 10th.
Okay.
Until
You said
the
deadline was
10th.
when?
This is going Friday.
Okay, this going
So
Friday.
the deadline has been publicly extended to the 10th of March to give those who did not apply to have an opportunity to apply. But please just follow the instruction. Don't retype the browser. They say you highlight it, cut and paste. You just cut and paste in your browser. And if you see any space in between, close the space. So there can be even a one word coming through. I'd like to thank all of the callers and to assure them and to give them the assurance that the issue of fuel pilferage, we'll try to make sure we put a mechanism in place so that those things can slow down or can be stopped. I can assure you very well that we will put the proper policy in place. First, the proper maintenance policy, the spare parts replenishment, and as well as the deployment policy that we definitely will need. We'll put a mechanism in place to utilize the skill set of the Minister of Defense through his engineering capacity to support our efforts out there, and we are in cooperation with them. We want to assure you of our cooperation with the Ministry of Public Works, the Ministry of Local Government, and all of the other agencies and ministries who are part of this particular effort. And let me assure you once again that everything will be made to ensure that the President's intent for which these machines have been brought in the country will be achieved. We consider it to be a mission-oriented assignment, meaning no excuse suffice, meaning there's no reason why it was not done. And that's the challenge we're going to give those who will be applying. So we're not putting emphasis on one side of the aisle versus the other side. No, we want to hear from you on your skill set in the application that you're doing. If you say you're applying for position X, for an example, under administration, if you want a technical manager, for an example, under administration, give us the skill set that you have acquired over time, not just a degree, but a skill set. We have some entry-level positions. If you see it, go for it and see whether you become successful, because that's where you begin. So you can go for the money or you can go for the assignment and the job activity. For the counties, we will rely very heavily on the local government that is in place there by the superintendent in conjunction with the representative of the districts in his county as well as the senators in those counties, because they are the providers of the funding in order to get the job done. So we'll do the best we can on it.
Mr. Samukai, to promote, students studying in the engineering,
Right.
are there plans to, attract some of the best, students?
I've had some discussions with the Minister of Youth and Sports. We had a very good discussion, and she had very good plans, and she wants to collaborate with us and to provide opportunity for trainees around the country, most likely the MVTC. So she will make those determinations, and together we'll try to find a way to get our young people involved, so their hands-on training to get them involved in some of these things. Yes, but initially we have to have the experts there in order to train people. So that will be the first thing we'll be doing.
Yes, Pony says you didn't address two of his concerns, whether the ship that brought the
No, we did not charter the ship.
and what becomes of Liberia's with the yellow machine.
Okay, we did not charter the ship. Imagine a truck leaving from here and going to, let me just pick a counter for no reason. The truck going to Grand Crew.
Okay.
The truck is very big. So Kevin Demi has his business. You have your business. He has his business and want to send goods. So all of you put your goods in the truck. When it gets to Grand Crew, they put it down. You take your own, he take his own, and he takes their own. And luckily there were journalists there, and I think Diamond from one of your sisters was very clear in how he went and got the actual data of all of the equipment on board. And he confirmed that 137 brand new pieces was for the Liberian government. And the others were not for the Liberian government. They came for private individuals, they came for business individuals, and everybody else. So they're taking your goods from the truck. So no, Liberia did not charter the ship, and we are not even chartering the ship that is coming. The supplier is on CIF, meaning we pay for the goods, and he has to deliver it to us here in Monrovia, in Liberia, and that is the case. With regards to Liberian entrepreneurs, yes, the Ministry of Public Works is still offering contracts on the basis of the statutory duties in the budget that have been approved. So we have nothing to do with that. But in terms of collaboration, yes, we'll be collaborating on other bases, and we hope that the public partnership will develop in the process now or maybe into the future. But yes, we want other Liberian entrepreneurs to get a benefit of the effort.
You can't just re-say their web address for the convenience of those persons. Send down that there been an extension to the 10th of March, right? The 10th of March is next week. What? Let's see. Let's do the calculation. And that is next week Tuesday. Next
Tuesday. So a week.
Oh no.
Yes, today is the second. Tuesday will be the 10th. Yeah, that's it.
Oh, okay. So I was in February, but that means it's the same time. So next Tuesday is the 10th of March.
Yeah, correct.
Next Tuesday is the 10th of March. Let's
and
go.
Wednesday is a holiday.
Wednesday is a holiday.
Yeah,
so it is online only, right? You have to apply online.
No. You can drop your application, to the office if you.
Right here.
No.
Executive Mansion.
No, at the Execon office.
The Execon office is right.
That's where I'm located.
Okay. Right to Brian Johnson Street.
No. We moved from there now. We are in Pinsville, opposite Good Shepherd Church.
Okay.
Oh, they're really opposite Good Shepherd Church in Pinsville.
Yeah, you can deliver a hard copy.
Where in Pinsville?
At Execon offices. Execon has an office.
So once you get to Pinsville, opposite the Good Shepherd Church.
You will see the signboard, big signboard. It says Execon.
Oh, okay.
That's where I sit.
Okay, so just look for the Good Shepherd
When you find
Church.
me, then of course you don't find the office. Yeah, so that's not where the office is, but if you find me, of course then it'll be your document will be received.
And office, the open hours is between when to when?
We open from 8 o'clock to 6 o'clock.
From 8 a.m. to 6 p.m.
Monday to Friday.
Mondays to Fridays. Exceptions are Saturdays.
Saturday we open from 8 to 2 o'clock.
8 to 2 o'clock. So
yeah, for Sunday service, other services are run 24 hours.
All right, thank you. And somebody said you sound so much like Kiachamba. I said that once upon a time.
Well,
so
I think Kiachamba is younger than me, so
he's
I'd like to say a few things. I'd like to thank Mr. Speaker for leading members of the House of Representatives to the launching of the equipment to enter and cross the port. I mean, they were very supportive of our efforts, and we appreciate them, and we look forward to the support in the financial process to lend support to these machines. The benefits of the machines is that once the machines are in operations in the county efficiently, instead of being idle, then of course we are working towards achieving that. And to assure the Liberian public that those machines are mission oriented, we will make sure that those machines are not utilized on people's private property. As a matter of fact, to the general public, throughout, if you ever find the machines anywhere other than the county is supposed to be, there'll be a number you will call and report immediately. We have tracker on those machines to track the machines where they are going. We have a system through which maintenance schedule will be made, and we have a system through which, with the support of the technical capacity of the engineering component of the Ministry of National Defense AFL, it will help us with the issue of dispensing fuel, which is a very huge component of this whole project. Because without fuel, the machines will not function. Without cutting down losses, the machine will not function properly. Maintenance will also be done. So we'd like to give you that assurance. And I want to thank you, the media, for the wonderful job being done. We greatly appreciate the opportunity. And definitely, we hope to see you sometime very soon.
And just before we go, let's recognize the following online media that helped broadcast this interview with former Minister Brownie Samukai, now head of the Presidential Yellow Machine Committee, DN News Liberia, Closing Argument, Vision TV, Tyria Online Television, Smart TV Liberia, Report 231, Focus Online News, Front Page Africa, and Verity News. A big thank you to all of you who joined us for this interview.
And we look forward to working with you anytime in our program. Intermittently, you can call because this is in the public interest. Anything we need to know about quickly is good to tell us, you know.